When the dog fixates on something in that moment, it is now entering a new state of mind. So it's showing intent. The
Sure.
dog's intent is changing. So I want to address the intent and let the dog know what's going on up here. I don't approve of it. And so if I let the dog then act on it, to me, I'm too late.
Here's my take on this situation is where do you draw the line with it though? If we're talking in the case of like a reactive dog, and I know that this look leads to this, leads to this, leads to this, so I want to correct it here kind of thing. We could talk about why I think in some cases that could be problematic, obviously, but like, sure, whatever. It will work with some dogs. I always tell everybody that. That being said, where do we draw the line with it of do we start saying when my dog is thinking about jumping on me, I just start disciplining them for that? When my dog is thinking about breaking a command, do I correct them for that? You know what I mean? Like, where do we draw the line on it? Because I use the example of like with myself all the time. I'm sure on a day-to-day basis, there are numerous thoughts that go through my mind of thinking about doing something that I probably shouldn't do, no matter what intensity or severity that thing may be, obviously. I don't act on those things. So like, is that really a problem? Or is it the actual action of doing that thing? And even furthermore, when you get into like looks and weird vibes and stuff like that, I just look at it again from myself and from my human experiences of in many cases when I'm starting to get like agitated or aroused or frustrated or whatever it may be, it takes a while before I even become aware of the fact that I'm entering that state of mind. In the case of dogs, if they are getting corrected for things that they cannot really quickly and clearly connect the dots of what exactly it's for, you run the risk that it will do one of two things, in my opinion. You get into this situation where it works because you are getting the dog into a more suppressed state of mind, where again, I don't think they're connecting the dots of like, oh, I looked at this dog wrong and that's why I got a correction for it. I think they're just like, you know what? There's definitely some accountability happening right now, but they're entering this state of mind of being suppressed because they're not sure where and when they might get corrected. So they just stop doing anything but say, I just got to pay attention to him right now. The first one, I guess you could say, like I said, in that case, like, sure, it worked, but like, I don't like that. I don't want my dog to be necessarily in that state of mind. The second one, which I think is the more problematic risk you run into, is when you have a more, we'll use some of your terms, like assertive or dominant dog, because you're correcting them in a way where they can't connect what it's for, they start viewing it as just this basically unfair thing that's happening where they're going to try to seek a solution for it through redirection or other ways that they might try to start pushing back on you because they can't clearly connect the dots that these consequences are for this specific thing.